Hey, what's up? And welcome to episode 1 of Cannburg, City Skylines. As you'll see, I already started building this city out a little bit. There is so much more to go, as you can see, so much more room. All of this stuff, all of this needs work. All of this. Um, Initially I set out and I was like, I'm not gonna do any type of episodes about it. I'm just gonna play it. But as I started playing, I was like, you know what? I really want to vlog it and put it on the channel. So I decided to just go ahead and do that. Make sure that I vlog this city here. So episode 1 will be welcome to Cannburg. We're not starting out building in this particular episode because, as I said, I've already built some things. So we're really just going to take a tour around the city. We'll explain some things. We'll explain some plans. And then episode 2, we'll be doing some building. But let's get ready for the tour here. I'm going to start with this area of the city. I'm gonna go from where I started at to where I am now. I'm gonna talk about what is coming up. I'm gonna talk about plans going forward. So that's kind of how I'm gonna structure it. Okay. So let's start with this area of the city. This is where I started with. I started with the utilities first, and my thought process was I'm going to go ahead and build this for I'm going to go ahead and build this for growth. So I said, hey, let's go ahead and build this for growth going forward. Give me one sec. I'm trying to think, do I want to turn the webcam on or not? Let's see. Do I? Nah, we'll leave it off. Okay. Anyway, so we'll turn the webcam on, and in other episodes when we're building, we'll leave it off for now. Anyway, back to this. So I set out and I was like, you know what? I need to build this utility area for the whole city. So that was my goal plan. Hey, start with the utility area here. Start with your water, everything. Have everything in just one area, and then we'll be able to expand further. As you can see, I put in a bunch of power plants, way more than I probably need for a city of this size anyway. But I decided to just go ahead and stack up on power. As you can see, I'm only running one of them right now. I'm only running this one. Again, that helps with the weekly upkeep. I keep these other ones off. The same for trash. I put a whole bunch of zero emission gas centers. Oh, I'm sorry, zero emission garbage centers in this area of town. But as you can see, I'm only running 2 of them. 11 trucks are from that one, and 3 trucks are from that one. So there's no need for me to really turn any of these other ones on right now because, they're just, it will be a waste at this point. As I build more, as the city gets bigger, we're gonna need more trash, and so I'll be able to just come right in here and turn on another center when I need to. We have some industry that I put over here that's not doing well, but I know that was the point. I knew it wasn't going to do well, but I just wanted to give these people out here that's working somewhere to go, somewhere to hang out, somewhere to eat at on lunch, hit the store, But most of this stuff is abandoned, and we're going to come back through this area and probably just take all of that out anyway. So, anyway. Let's talk about where we went next. So once I started building this, as you can see, we have a lot of pollution here in this little area. I need to find a solution for this. It's not terrible, but it can become a problem. So I need to find some solution to the pollution, the water pollution that's kind of happening, and I have a remedy in mind for that. Let's go ahead and talk about what we did next. So we came up. I don't know why I always say we, but anyway, I came up and I started building this area out. My first, not even this, not even the Cedar District. I started right here in Lake Hills. Started in the Lake Hills area. I wanted to, as I was building, I'm like, okay, this is getting real suburban. Like Coldridge Heights, Evergreen Hills is very suburban. Washington Heights is suburban. But I said, I want to give just a little bit of density to this area, and so I started building. I revamped. This was kind of like a residential neighborhood, but I revamped it, put in like a shopping centers and stuff like that, just to kind of give you the impression there. All right. Change this here. Sorry, it's a little too loud. Okay, there we go. Perfect. So yeah, started building that out, and that went well. This area that you see right here came with the map. This whole little kind of graveyard area, these ruins, these walls, all of this was already came with the map. And I thought to myself, hey, I want to fill this area in, build into it a little bit, and make it like a thing, like build into something that was already here before I even started building on the map. So I built some paths here, kind of walking through the little cemetery area, which is really cool. Tied this in with the botanical gardens, put the botanical garden out here. Thought that'd be kind of cool to have the botanical gardens kind of overlooking the river a little bit. I think from here, you can see all the utilities from here, but as you can see, if you're just out back, you don't see the power plants and stuff like that over here. You have a pretty good view from out back. These train tracks are brand new. I'll talk about the trains and all of that stuff in a moment. I literally just put in the train system in the city. Okay. These are some of the first schools that I built here in the Woodland Hills area. I wanted to kind of make this not as suburban. It's still suburban, but a little more dense suburban, where you have just some homes right next to each other, not like meandering streets or anything like that, but just have that. Built this really nice park here. I kind of noticed maybe a bit of a flaw that I can change in this area. I'd love to be able to really just tie the park into here. So I may knock out this wall right here and just extend this out so that people can come from here and get over to this park. But I just think this looks real cool, just how I incorporated the parks and the trees and things like that into what was already here on the map, like these walls. I thought that this looked pretty cool to on this street, if you're driving on this street, to just have this kind of rustic kind of wall and ruins, and have some high rises kind of overlooking that. It just seems like it makes sense. It just looks like it makes sense. All right. So that is I'm going to do it neighborhood by neighborhood. So that's Woodland Hills. This is the Woodland Hills neighborhood. We have school here, Garfield Heights. Nice. Let's talk about Evergreen Hills. Evergreen Hills is a newer development that I built. As I say, this train is brand new, so the train wasn't here. But I wanted to build a more of a structured suburban neighborhood versus uh, a neighborhood with like super meandering streets and things like that. But I just like this. I like how this whole thing looks. Put in these little like kind of like I wanted this area to be similar. You drive up and down this street. You have a bunch of condos. Really cool. Really different from any other part of the city, which I like. Again, some other condos and things like that down in this area. I just think this looks really nice. Put in a park here, kind of incorporate some things. People have somewhere to kind of hang out and play. Again, have some basketball courts over here people can get to hang out. We got some people playing right now. Take it to the hoop, bro. Oh. Crossed him up. In between the legs. Is he going to shoot? Shoot. Whoa. What? I had no idea that they actually play basketball. No way. That's pretty slick. I had no idea. I've never even watched that before. Anyway, so yeah, this is Evergreen Hills. Nice little library here at the end of the street, just up the street from the park. This parking is a little crazy, Park if you dare. Please set your emergency brake. But this is cool. Wanted to build a little parking lot area for this. This is an elementary school parking lot. And then just a little bit more residential here. Again, train being brand new. Some more condos over here. I just thought, hey, that's really dope. Okay, let's move on. Coldridge Heights. Coldridge Heights is kind of, I don't even want to say center. I guess Washington Heights would be more center. Coldridge Heights, it's a nice little suburban, come up this way, meandering streets and, a lot of different types of houses. We have a school, the police station up here on the hill near the park. Kind of matches the decor of the rest of the neighborhood. Not a whole lot to see here. It's a nice little neighborhood. Like to tie some parks into here. Whenever I'm building, I really like to think about incorporating pedestrians, pedestrian traffic. So I build, if I come out here a lot, you can see all of this over here. This is pedestrian walkways. Everything can kind of tie into each other. I want someone in Coldridge Heights. Hey, if they want to walk to another area of the city, if they want to, they can easily come through a park, come here and walk to another part of the city. Or maybe you live in Coldridge Heights, but you go to school at the university, So just thinking about those things. Let's come on in and let's talk about the University District. University Heights. I haven't decided just yet whether or not I'm going to build another campus in the city. I think I might, like this. I might put like a downtown campus. I probably would. Maybe I'll have a big downtown campus or something like that. This is a medium-sized, campus. I would say small, medium, not too large, but not too small either. As you can see, bunch of like academic buildings, bunch of dorms, office buildings. In this area, I wanted to like make a kind of like I don't know how to explain it, like an oval. I know some schools have like ovals or like a main like centralized area at the school. And I just put this whole thing together real cool. I was like, I want this to like, I imagine myself going to school here and, walking up here and coming through this kind of like these trees and like, hey, I got to get down here to the academic building or whatever. I built it kind of this way to make this building be like the cornerstone of it. Put a nice little clock tower in here, which I think looks really cool, especially looking back this way at it. It's pretty dope. But this is the admissions building. So that was my thought process, like having the admissions building be like right at the, cornerstone, the forefront of the campus, looking out back to everything else. Okay, a little bit more of the campus here. You gotta, just we have some dorms, bunch of dorms out here. People living here. Hey, might want to go to the court. Math building, a university hospital here for the university. Archaeology building, library. And then over here, I was like, hey, those dorms are cool over there. They're kind of older. But hey, most schools have kind of more modern dorms, things like that. So I'll put some more modern dorms out in this area. And also, I wanted to build a little bit of commercial for the school. Maybe somebody wants to go to the supermarket, have a nice little supermarket on campus, a pharmacy, organic food market, just somewhere for the student, like a little place where the students can go to. Some more dorms and kind of taller structures, and then here again some taller dorms looking back toward the campus. So this is the more dense area of the campus where you live out here, you park, student parking, whatever. And then I wanted to build this again, very walkable, as you can see. Let's say you live here in this dorm, but your class is way over here or you have a meeting at the office building. Well, it's nice to just be able to walk through campus, boom, come right there to it. You know what I mean? So it's pretty cool. Put in a little stadium here for the university. Pretty cool stuff. Okay, let's move on. Elizabeth Park, I thought to myself, hey, in every kind of area, and maybe we'll have four. We'll have four medical centers like this, not like this, but similar, throughout the city. Huge medical complex here, really dense, bunch of parking garages, health clinics. Again, I build with expansion in mind. A lot of this isn't being used to the capacity that it can be. 850. Nobody's using the Life Center Hospital yet. No one's using this hospital yet. No one's using that yet. But then again, the city is very small. As I begin to build more dense areas down here, as I begin to expand this area, build more dense areas here, yeah, these numbers are going to rise. People are going to be going to this hospital. I may have a hospital complex here, or we'll definitely have like a downtown hospital complex. We'll have maybe a hospital complex out here. I want the city to just be very interconnected like that. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So that is Elizabeth Park. Elizabeth Park is our medical center area. Again, very walkable. I thought to myself, hey, there's probably people who are in pre-med, organic chem, biology majors. I don't know. They may have clinics, things like that at the hospital. Hey, I didn't have a car in college for a while. Somebody might want to walk. So this is why I built this. And as you can see, someone's walking right now. Where are you going? They're going to the supermarket. But anywho, yeah. So, hey, I live in these dorms over here. Boom, boom, boom. Hit this, walk over, go to clinics, come on back. Really nice. Okay, let's keep it moving. Washington Heights. Washington Heights, again, very similar to Coldridge Heights. just suburban. Nothing really to point out, especially important here. Just kind of introducing you to the city. Uh, Another little university building. Sometimes you have university buildings away from the university. So I just thought about, hey, boom, boom, church. Gotta have a nice little church somewhere for people to gather. Only 29 people are going to church in the city right now, but that's okay. We'll talk about the train system in a moment, but nice little city station here. We'll talk about that momentarily. Washington Heights again. Hickory Hills, a little bit more dense. I thought to myself, hey, I want a couple areas of town that are a little more dense, that have more apartments, that, it's still in the suburban, but nice. You have some apartments here. You have hotels. You have the Marriott down here. You have some more apartments. You have the Aloft. So I wanted to kind of make a nice little area for people to, you might be in town. You might say, hey, like, mom might live in Coldridge Heights. But hey, the hotels in Hickory Hills. Something like that. We also have some other hotels that I'll point out here momentarily. All right, let's go back. Hickory Hills real quick. Couple quick other things to point out. Metro. As you can see, this metro is not tied in anything right now. But again, building for the future. I want people to think about the botanical garden in the rest of the city. The city's going to be massive, as you can see. Well, someone who lives up here, or works or lives whatever up here, they might say, hey, I want to go to the botanical gardens. That's why there's a train station already built out here for that. Eventually, we're going to have to tie in our subway system, our underground railroad system. We're going to have to tie all of that in here relatively soon. Or not soon, but as the city expands. All right, that's Hickory Hills. Now, these are newer areas of the town. I haven't come through and named any of these areas yet. Maybe I'll do that at some point on the next episode. Next episode, we'll name these different areas of town. Okay, well, let's just talk about them. They're very easy. This one's easy. Not very much special. Just another like suburban area, neighborhood, people to live at, work at, go to school, things like that. Nothing especially, nothing that stands out crazily. Nice little, I said, hey, let's expand this down. There's probably some people who wouldn't mind living, where they can see some water or live up in this kind of hilly, dense kind of area. And hey, by the look of things, I was right. People build homes and condos, apartment buildings, and they're living out here. All right, let's move up. I wanted to build a nice little more of a dense area in the suburban area, but I wanted it to be like more dense. Hey, more houses on the street, not so spread out. Not everyone wants to live like that. Some apartment buildings, more apartments, less houses. Move over to this area. Now, this area of town, I don't know how much I like it. I feel like I'm not using enough. I feel like there's a lot more space in this area here, like from here, boom, 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 bang, bang, like that. This area right here, I feel like I could use this space a little bit better. Anyway, nice school. I thought this was like a nice little prestigious, ultra high capacity high school. A nice prestigious high school. Just thought that was cool. This ties in perfectly. I could see people going to school, coming here, going to a game, parking lot, student parking. Nice. Again, a little bit more density. Nothing too crazy. We won't go too high in this area of town because this is still like the suburban area. But I did want to build a little bit of medium density residential on this main 6-lane road. I mean, it just looks like the right thing to do. Again, we talked about some hotels. Prism Hotel and Casino right there. Boom, boom. This area of town is our like shopping center district. I thought to myself, hey, these people, these residents, they need places to shop. Where's Walmart? Where's Home Depot? Where's Office Max? Well, that's what this is. We have a nice little Walmart here. Some people walking in and out of, getting their groceries. We have a pretty huge Home Depot here for people to shop at. We have Office Max or Staples. Is it Staples or Office Max? Oh, Office Depot. Nice little Office Depot here. Just a nice little, commercial, suburban area. As you can see, we got some buses. People need to take the bus to these areas. And as you can see, we have a bus stop here. People are waiting. Okay, we're moving on down. Now, this is extremely new. This would have been nice to have vlogged and shown you all, but this area is going to expand and grow and do so much that it doesn't really matter, in a sense, that you didn't see where it came from because it's just got so far to go. Let's talk about this. How this looked before. I'm going to scroll up and show you. It looked just like this. There was nothing that extended beyond this point here. I man-made this extension for the seaport area so that we can start getting some goods in and things like that. Built a independent water system for the harbor. The harbor takes up a lot of water and it takes up a lot of energy. So I have very differing sources of energy out here, but since it's on the water, I wanted to keep it pollution free. So we're not going to throw a coal power plant out here. We have a solar power plant, 100% emission free. We have some wind power, just backup stuff. And then again, independent water in this area of the city, as you can see. We have 2 water treatment plants, 4 water pumps, a litany of water towers just for this area, and that probably is like pushing it a little bit because it just takes up a lot of water and energy. As you can see, now you would say, hey, like, whoa, what's up with this one over here? Why do you have this over here? Well, water treatment facilities, they create pollution. As you can see in this area of my city, the water is very polluted. You're going to have that sometimes, but we're going to have to find a solution to that. And I think I know what the solution is. I'm going to more than likely build another water facility that ties into the city, and they're going to work interdependently. Is that a word? I don't know. But maybe, I don't know, in this area of town, something like that. I don't know where. There's other areas, but there'll be another water center over here. We'll turn this water center on. When the water begins to get polluted in this area a little bit, boom, we come through, we shut these off. We come back over here. This water should be pretty much cleared up or pretty close to it. Then we turn these on. We have to interchange them. One on here, one off there until they're all online. This is the same thing. Since this water is independent of the city, we don't need a whole huge, large structure, but we have the same concept here. This water treatment plant was just on for a long time. This water was nice and polluted and brown. Shut that one off. Turn this one on. Let this clear up. As you can see, it's clearing up. It's clearing up as we're talking. You can see it. So as this clears up, then we'll turn this off. Okay. We had to come through the mountain here and cut a road. I mean, we had to cut the mountain in this fashion, like this, and it was so cool. That is something that I wish I would have vlogged and you all would have seen, because that was really nice. But I had to come through and cut this entire path through here, and it was really awesome how it all worked out. So this street is really more so, there's some workers maybe that'll come down here, but I've noticed that most of the workers that work down here, a large majority of them, they take public transit, which I love. As you can see, you have public transit. See these workers here. You got these red guys. Some of them are tourists. Oh, all of these people are tourists. Oh, okay. Oh, I haven't tied it in. I'm sorry. I had actually made rail line connections, passenger rail, and everything out here, but I forgot to save it and I lost it, so I had to redo it. So anyway, we'll talk about the train in about 10 seconds. Okay. Do I intend this area of town to be the only seaport area? No, absolutely not. As big as this town is, we're gonna have multiple seaports, because we're gonna have to service this entire area of town. Their commercial is gonna need that. This area of town is gonna need import and export. So it is going to be a huge process to get this city really up and running. I've been working on this for about 4 months at this point, and we're only right here. So trains, let's talk about transit for a moment. Trains and transit. The train system is brand new. My thought process with building this kind of multi-line train here station. I'm going to have multiple of these around the city. I'm anticipating anywhere between 6 or 7. It is, and they will all connect to each other. I will come here and show you that this particular station is a rail to subway station. So eventually we're going to tie our subway system in here, and we are going to have both interconnectedly. We're going to have the ability for light rail, right? We're going to have the ability for underground rail or subways. With this, it means that someone can come out of the city into the city directly into the subway system without having to get off the train system. It is a really cool thing. So you can just come in from outside the city and then hop on where you need to go, or you can come on in here and take the light rail. These are not interconnected yet. Obviously, the city's not large enough to connect all of those things together. You see this here, again, another city station, but it's both. It's rail and metro. These are going to be express stations around the city. These will be strategically placed and will serve as express lines so that you don't have to stop at every stop along the way of the route. But we'll talk about that and expand that further. Let's take a look at what we've done with the train system so far. You can see we have both passenger rail and we have freight as well. These cargo stations, freight, cargo rail connections are really nice. They allow us to export and import goods, so you'll see both. We also have passenger rail system here, so you'll see, people getting on and off the train here. The train runs, I'm going to just come all the way out to this area. You'll see these lines are going to meander, they're going to rise, they're going to, I mean, this whole area is going to be like kind of a rail yard for different lines that are going to be connecting throughout the city. Again, building for scale, right? Not building for what's here now, but hey, what is this going to look like in, 6 months? Let's follow the train just for a second. As you can see, it comes to this area. I have it going underground. You may ask why. Well, this road before came down this way, but I decided to take it out so that I could have more room to build the rail line system out here. I'm going to need this for the lines. So I took the road back, and I also left this underground so that I can still run lines above what's going on here. Okay, boom, boom. Underneath here, through here, all the way over here, and this is where it connects to our outside rail connection right here. So it comes up, it comes underground. I'll just show you. Comes underground. You can see a train there, and then it comes out, comes up, and that's how trains get in and out of the city. As you can see, all the way over here, and this train was just here in our city, and it is now transporting cargo to Cannburg. So we're getting revenue, we're good. Everything's great. I just wanted to show you where the rail connects at. Also, you both ways in both directions. This particular train, for example, where is it taking people? Does it tell me? Zoom in a little bit. Oh, to Springfield. See, we're going to Springfield here. It's pretty cool stuff. Again, let's talk about the future episodes and what we're going to be doing real quick. And then that will conclude our tour in episode 1 of Cannburg. Episode 2, what we're going to do is tie in our rail system. I came out this way. I built this beautiful. I just think this looks so cool. Can you imagine being out here? You're on a ship, or you're in a cruise ship or something, or you're just out here fishing or having fun. Just wanted to build this beautiful bridge, nice kind of picturesque thing right here. Anyway, so the rail trains are going to run here. They're going to stop at this station here, and then continue on around, and we're going to have a station here that will cut through the city a little bit and then tie in. It's going to tie in all throughout the city, right? All throughout. These are secondhand thoughts. I failed to think about building the rail system before I started first building the city. So now I'm going back retroactively and trying to put a little bit of rail into this area of town. So that's what you see here. We have a station. Obviously, it's not connected yet. We have to figure out how we're going to connect this line up here to this station right here. So this station needs to connect to this line. I can see I'll probably bring it this way, take out a little bit of this path. I can bring it even over here and then dump it like that. Do I want it to run high? Do I want it to run on the street? Personally, I think I want it to run high because I don't want any traffic issues. Next episode, finish out the rail system, connect the rail system together. Alright? And we'll probably look at a couple other things too. Thank you so much for tuning in to episode 1 of Cannburg. Welcome to Cannburg. Please hit that like and subscribe button, and have a beautiful day.